An outbreak of a severe pneumonia disease. The hotel reporting cases of Legionnaires.
We're in storm alert this Friday as a slight risk for severe weather is in place for us this afternoon. The timing and threats and why it's just one of multiple rounds of severe weather expected this weekend.
Stirring stories.
Yet confine.
I didn't expect to get choked up.
Sparking change in St. Louis. The new bill that would memorialize downtown's old Chinatown.
Memorial Day travel will be the busiest it's been since 2005, when to avoid driving this weekend to escape the worst of the traffic.
For one area auto shop owner, every day is Memorial Day. How he's honoring more than 4,000 U.S. service members who made the ultimate sacrifice.
Everything that has ever come through me has been because of the veterans, their service.
This is Today in St. Louis, focused on you.
Good Friday morning, everybody. It is May the 24th. I'm Rennie Knott.
And I'm Sydney Stallworth. I'm in for Michelle Lee. As we head into the holiday weekend, we are waking up in a storm alert this morning. We do have the threat of severe weather. Let's get on over to Gary, who's been tracking the system. Gary, what's it looking like right now?
Yeah, it looks like we're going to be impacted by storms at some point during the day, but I want to update you on maybe some timing changes and a couple of things that we're looking at that could impact what's going on. We've already seen 75-mile-an-hour winds so far in central Iowa. This is more of a favorable setup for severe weather. We're not going to see something like that today, but it's the tail edge of this. We'll see more development, and what time does it impact us here? Because as we look at this Pacific storm, it's still holding together, and I don't think a lot of the models are doing a good job of indicating what's going on with this, because I think the sooner that this gets here, say it's here late morning, it either may come as marginally severe, but it also may kind of end our severe weather threat. The cloudier and rainier that is, even anywhere, even into Pike County or areas north of 70, I think at this point. We still are under a slight risk for severe weather because of that threat later on this afternoon, as we see the potential for high wind and larger hail. And I think those are our two main threats, with wind being the first one. A brief tornado not out of the question, but I don't think that's our big concern today, as fog kind of settles in. It's a little humid, as you would expect, at temperatures still holding steady at around 71 degrees. But those threats are the main concern here, as we're at 71 degrees, as we have that humidity settling in as well, Paul. And that's what we want to discuss as we have more storms that develop. We're going to time that out, Paul, but I think it's going to impact the second half of our day when it comes to people taking the half day, driving around. That's where we need to be concerned with those storms developing later afternoon.
You said it, and actually two things that I want to make sure we keep a close eye on. It's that heavier than normal volume out there, and it's also going to be the fog that we've been seeing. So the fog that we've been seeing there near the arch, that was cool. That was real size, too. I'm much shorter than you. But the fog here at the Arch, also Blanchette, and the Boone Bridge, you're going to see some visibility issues. But otherwise, you're moving out there. So we are celebrating that with keeping an eye on later in the day and the weekend. We'll have another Take It Traffic coming your way soon.
Breaking right now, this is just into our newsroom. We are following a police standoff in East Alton on Lakeside Avenue. Here's what we know so far. It started last night as police responded to a call for shots fired. The suspect fired shots at the officers as they investigated a bullet hole in a nearby home. Police say the suspect may have shot himself and was found dead inside of that home. No officers were injured. Right now, Missouri health officials are warning of a serious disease detected in Franklin County.
That's right. Now we're talking about the lung infection Legionnaires. It's very, very serious. And our Diamond Palmer has been following this situation. She joins us now live in Arnold. Diamond, you have more on the business where these cases were found.
Well, Sydney and Rennie, that's right. These two cases were found actually at a Super 8 motel, only one county away from where we're standing in Franklin County. Now, where we're standing right now is here at the Jefferson County Health Department, and Missouri health officials are actually warning departments just like this one across the state because of this serious lung disease. Now, let's get right to a video and show you a map of where all of this happened at. Again, a Super 8 hotel in St. Clair, Missouri. That's about a 50-mile drive from St. Louis, and these cases were reported from a water source there where the bacteria was actually growing. So 2 people have contracted the disease that actually stayed at the hotel in April and were diagnosed 14 days later. Legionnaires is a serious type of pneumonia and happens when people breathe in bacteria called Legionella. So Missouri health officials are collecting samples at the Super 8, with preliminary results showing the presence of Legionnaire bacteria in the hotel's water system. Officials are also working with Super 8 employees to mediate and correct the problem. And the hotel has also notified all guests who have booked there since the diseases were detected. Now, the good thing is about this disease, it can be treated with antibiotics, but the bad news is people that are over the age of 50 are at an increased risk. But coming up in the next half hour, we'll talk about the symptoms you could be facing if you did have contact with that water. Reporting live here in Arnold, Diamond Palmer, 5 on your side.
Thank you so much, Diamond. And this morning, police are looking for the person who shot and killed a man in North St. Louis. It happened there after 11 o'clock last night on West Florissant near Herzog Elementary School. The man was found dead in a vehicle riddled with bullets. Now, we'll keep checking back with police for more information on suspects and a motive throughout the morning.
Gun violence affects everyone. It affects the family, it affects the community. So anybody that is involved in the illegal transaction of guns or anything involving guns should think twice, especially in St. Charles.
This morning, 2 18-year-olds, Keontae Harden and Gabriel Patterson, are facing second-degree murder charges for a deadly triple shooting in St. Charles. It happened Wednesday night in a parking lot of the St. Charles Convention Center. Investigators say the shooting stemmed from a gun trade between the two groups. 19-year-old Terrell Pete died, and right now, 2 other people are recovering. Right now, youth violence is becoming a problem all across our area. In the past week, 3 15-year-olds were shot. 2 were killed, and the 3rd was hurt early yesterday morning.
So many families being hurt by all of this, and it's all happening as a lot of schools are letting out for the summer. So community leaders are looking for solutions in a collaborative way.
Pastors, professors, community activists, we're all trying to put our thumb on it, put our finger on it, and it seems like we're going nowhere.
Now, we did check with St. Louis City's Office of Violence Prevention on all of this, and they tell our newsroom that they'll create youth events and safe spaces in St. Louis this summer that'll be open to kids of all ages.
And right now it's humid, but a few storms may start to develop as early as noon, but we're under a storm alert as we continue to update you on the progress of severe weather and another round expected later this weekend.
The streets and skies will be packed with travelers this weekend. The top destinations for Memorial Day and when your highways will be the most crowded.